All right, again, here we go again. We're going to analyze the NASDAQ 100, see what he's doing and what we can expect on the next week coming up. Today is uh, January 10, 2026. I was talking for about half an hour with a friend of mine. We were talking about how to open a blog for traders. I had never done that before. So I had to structure this, and I don't know when I'm gonna do this, but I considering to open a blog to talk about trading and things like that, analyze different systems, look for things around the technical and some of the fundamental. I didn't touch fundamental yet, and things like that. I'm not sure, but I would love to do that. So, in addition to the channel, okay. So there we go. Saturday 10, 2026. We're gonna see the NASDAQ. Let's look at the legal requirement here. And the most important part, subscribe. If you like what you see, people, please subscribe. Give me a like so we can grow these channels um, and help me on the building of the channel, okay? All right, let's see it. This is the NASDAQ 100 US Tech. Now, we're going to use a slightly different scale here because when I plot the 1 week scale of the Gann grid, it gave me a larger grid, and I kind of didn't like it too much. So I reduced it to 3 days. Remember, the magical numbers are 369. So let's see what I'm talking about. If you didn't see my goal uh, video, go there so you can see what I'm talking about. Here, we're gonna do first step to draw our Gann grid on the NT5. These calculations are useful in NT4 and NT5. Okay, so let's go. First, the original setup was 1 day, but I decided to modify that so I can see a larger amount of data. If I had the chance to see largest amount of data, I will do it. Okay. When I did the 5 days, let me do it so you can see what I'm talking about. It is too large for this instrument. Let's do it. Object Gann grid. Let's pick up the week of 6 days. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. You see what I'm talking about? Whoop, I was doing some overlay on the color. Let me bring it back to black. You see, this square is enormous. Doesn't mean that it doesn't work, but I'd rather have a minor scale. We're choosing this low point to center this, but you can see that this thing is enormous. Because it's 1 week, it's enormous because it's normal, it's 1 week of data. Pretty much this is the weekly chart. See what I'm talking about? But still, you can see 1 unit of space, 1 unit of time, 1 unit of space. You know, this is a level of support here, so that's a buy, right? And so forth. But it's too open. So I say, you know what? Let me do half of that, which is 3 days. Now watch the setting here. Let's do 3 days. Is that neat? That's way more neater. 3 days. 1, 2, and 3. I kind of like more. All right. Now let's remove the daily out of the way so we can actually appreciate the background. You see, this is a tighter setup. All right. Let's center to this lower part here. Let me see if it's true. The line go right across. Okay, now we have a more granulated tight support and resistance. Can you see it? So now we're going to frame our operational chart, which is the weekly chart. So we go here, weekly chart, 1.6 standard deviation, weekly chart, 2.6 standard deviation, and 3.6 standard deviation. This is where we're going to operate for the most part. We have a larger time frame. Like I told you before, if I can choose a larger time frame, I will use it because it's more stable. It's as simple as that. Can you see that? All right. Monthly 2.6. And monthly 3.6. And we have our setup for the NASDAQ. I can save this as a template. The reason I do this drawing in every single video is I don't know if you see in other videos. So all of a sudden you see all these lines there. What the hell is going on here? All right. So I do it all the time. It's a pain in the neck, but it's worth it. Okay. Okay. What do we have here? The first step in this system is to find instruments that are overextended. In this case, it is. Not only that, what we discover, can you see this channel here, this horizontal channel? The NASDAQ is bouncing up and down the channel. This is how you destroy the instrument, by bouncing in these horizontal channels like this. All right. Now, what is the advantage to have the lines in the background? The standard deviation channel will adjust to new data, but the lines in the back, people, they will not move. They are set like a stone in there. You can do whatever you want to this amplification, and it will be the same point. For example, we can see that it's slightly lighter here, and that is how you call pulling hairs. We can see the main point that these are very relevant areas of support and resistance. We just took the Gann square, this giant structure, and we cram it into, well, part of it into this setup, so we can use it. All right. So if you're using the first touch system, let's say you see this here, sell. We describe this stop loss here, sell, stop loss on the third line. You can see the congruency of the Gann lines and the weekly and monthly chart, describing this is an area of resistance from this point to this point. Now, watch the time here. When the time collide, can you see the change here? Now, at this point, we expecting a sale because it's approaching a resistance here. So let's draw our area, our time here. Time line near resistance, sell. Look what happened. Sell. Time line near resistance, sell. Time line near support, buy. Can you see that? Support line here, support line here. Now, we are not doing the intermediate, we're doing the extremes, okay? So we're looking to sell the NASDAQ at this level. Now, what Gann tells me about this area? Well, we saw it earlier. All this area from January 2 to January 13 is a massive area of support and resistance because it's a 45, 90, 200 and something here, and so forth, and it's within the gray area here. That tells me these areas are a stronger support and resistance across the board. So let's plot that in here. Let's start January 2. insert object, vertical line. We go January to right here. Look at this, man. What? To January 13. Insert object, vertical line. January 13. Gann is telling me in this time and space is a major resistance. And what do we see, people? Look at the monthly. It's right up here, right overlapping the weekly high. So we can see that, in fact, this is a strong area of resistance. All right? That's all it is, people. What is my shape? Here we have a massive area of resistance. The intermediate line here are also valid, but some of them is the time. One is 0 degree, like this one is 0 degree. This, 0 time on the time. Let me see. This is 6 o'clock. You see what I'm talking about? But the point is the area. See this square here? All this area here, all this area here. And what do the rule says? This is full moon. Is that it? This is the January full moon. What the technique says? Price near full moon, near resistance, is sell. It's buy. I'm sorry. It's here. I read it on the wall. Let me see. New moon plus support buy. New moon for resistance sell. Full moon plus support buy. You see it right here? That's amazing. Just what we did if we are following the first touch. When I see this, blindly, I pick it up, this buy. Look what happened. Buy, came back down, hit my stop loss, buy again. Woo! Mama. Now, I don't do that anymore because I am 100% robotic right now. I don't take position manually. I just monitor my robots working, okay? But nevertheless, sometimes I say, you know what? Let me add another position so I can get out of this trade a little faster, or I'm passing from the actual execution of trade to the management, which is a second part of the trading strategy. It's not only signals, and you have to do, what am I going to do with this trade is rocking, all right? So now you have a more cohesive, larger view of what's going on. Based on what we see up to this point, I expecting to see the Nasdaq to come down somewhere next week. To where? To the next level of support, which is around here. If that happens and you are first touch, this is a very good trade. That's 411 pips. Not too bad. If you're playing with one lot, that's 4,000 G's right there. All right, $4,000. Okay, as far as this point, we can see that the market on the Nasdaq is bouncing for a relevant point of resistance. We see that it's matching the direction of the goal, respecting the scene. We see the concept of correlation being formed. Now, we're going to see on the next video what the Nasdaq is doing, which is something similar. Now, what else we see here that I didn't use in the goal? I totally forgot. I used the polynomial channel. Why is that? Because I use 1 degree, 0 degree, and 3 degree standard deviation channel. Now, 3 degree is no longer a standard deviation channel. The standard deviation channel is only 1 degree. Let's see it so you can see the difference. Doesn't mean that the signal is wrong. It means that at 3 degree, the bands are close to the price. So we can follow the price very, very tight. Okay. Let's see, nevertheless, our standard deviation channel 1 month. Okay. You can make this. I don't know if you can see this. Can you see it? Let me change the color of this. It's a pain in the neck to change the color. But you can actually see. I don't know if you can actually see this. You know what? Let me erase all this and look exclusively to this one. We already know that it's in an area of relevant resistance here, according to Gann. According to the moon location, is also a relevant point. Now, let's go and see only one part, which is the standard deviation, so we can see it crystal clear. Let's bring Blanca into the play. We also saw impulse retracement. This is a very a strong area of support from the point of view of market structure. This is the high, this is the low. It never went above this point. The movement is going to the downside. It started going to the downside, came back to retest the area, and we are waiting for this to repeat here. This is price action. This is market structure. All right. Now let's bring up our channel, which is our main system. Standard deviation, 1 month. What do we see, people? Sale. 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 So we see that everything indicates that this movement may come down first area to this and the second area to the bottom of the channel, and we have a massive trade setting up in place in the Nasdaq. Now let's see our polynomial channel. So this inclination is not only 1 degree. This inclination moved very slowly. It's only 1 degree, and it's going to maintain the larger trend, which is to the upside. Everybody knows that. Let's expand this to this area, like I did in the goal. So I can actually see this channel moving to the downside. Can you see it? I did it before. I don't remember. I think it's 1,250 bars. Let me see. You can normalize this shit up, people. What else you want? An invitation? I'm giving you cash here, people. And what do I want? Like and subscribe. Is that too much to ask? There you go. No doubt in my mind, this movement is going to the downside. Now let's draw our polynomial channel, 3 degrees. All right. Normally we use 1 week and the polynomial channel, which is 125 candles. All right. It's about 5 days. 125 candles. 125 candles. Hello. Let's do 126. I don't think it's too much of variation here. No, let's do 6 days. Let's calculate this. It's really simple. 1,140 multiplied by 6 divided by 1,440. No, what did I did? 1,440 multiplied by 6. That's 6 days divided by 60 minutes, which is the 1 hour chart. Give me 144. Oh my God, this number is. Let me see how it look. This number is bad, bro. Let's see. Oh, mama. 144, 233, 377, 610, 910. These are Fibonacci sequencing numbers. And look at this beauty right here. What do you want? A personal invitation to take this position? I'm sorry, I'm messing around. Okay, there we go, 2.6. Let's do 3.6, which is the maximum expansion. So I have a pretty big area. Oh, resistance. System. There we go. Boom! What a coincidence. I bet you there's a Fibonacci, I mean, a Gann number somewhere in here. Now, let's extrapolate the Gann lines here, vertical. What do we have from the 7? This is the 7, people. Oh my God. Resistance, sell, boom. Go back, double top, sell, coming down. Now, remember, this is a projection. This is not telling you anything that is going to happen. But God damn, bro. Look how crystal clear that signal is. That's why I ask you to subscribe, people. We do this all the time. Now, our system, I call it three-dimensional because we use time, space, and volume to validate those points of support and resistance. Let's do it. I did it in gold. Let me leave this alone. Bring it to the minimum expression and bring our, oh my God, look at this. Actually, this is 3. This is standard deviation 3. I didn't put it there. But I can tell you right now, this is standard deviation 3.6, all right? Nevertheless, let's bring our volume profile. Oh boy. Oh boy. What do we do? 1 month. The larger time frame, the more stable it is, because that's what the moolah is. Look how long does it take to calculate this. There you go. What do we see? What do we see? Impulse retracement for an area of support here. Can you see it? Belong a resistance here. Can you see it? Impulse. It goes from the high value to the low value. But I look from the low value to the high value. Impulse retracement. Impulse retracement. Why do I look that way? Because that's exactly how the market moved. Let's see this here. Even more clear. Impulse to the point of larger point of control. Pull back into this area. This resistance. We are not looking only at the planetary situation. We're looking at the Earth calculations. The Earth. Can you see this area? This is validated by volume, validated by movement, validated by projection. This movement is going down, people. All right? So you see, this is a complete system, layering one on top of another, okay, to generate this signal. Extremely effective. I've done about 30 or 40 trades utilizing these lines. I gotta tell you, Gann is blowing my mind, people. It's incredible, all right? These points are support and resistance within the Gann structure. It's insane, all right? All right, this is what I see. What else? I forgot anything? No? We can see that this is a very relevant area of resistance, and I see a movement to the downside in the Nasdaq, a movement to the downside in the gold, and by using the concept of correlation, the DAX will be also going down. Now, the problem with the DAX is there is Germany, and things that happen in Euro affect the DAX, and sometimes it drop out of alignment with the other currencies, with the other instruments. We're going to see on the next video. Please don't forget to subscribe. Give me 1 like. It helped me with the algorithm, and I'm going to start seeing the details to make this trading blog, so we can gang all together and talk about different systems and things like that. This is more or less the idea that I have. All right, let's see what happened, because I had no experience doing any blog. All right. I don't know what to talk about. This is very boring after a while. You know, this is the 1 hour chart. This movement take long time. This is a swing trade. All right. So get to a point, but we can get into scalping and things like that, because I also do scalping. I have entire automatic system doing scalping, and we can talk about all these different things in the blog. All right. But I don't know. I don't know. I had to choose what language I'm gonna use. Do I use English? Do I do English and Spanish blog? Holy crap! I don't know. Let's see what happens. Meanwhile, I'm gonna continue to produce these weekly videos, and you can follow if you choose, and you can like it if you choose, and you can subscribe if you like it, and we take it from there. All right. Alrighty, gang. Have a nice weekend. Enjoy the rest of the weekend. Don't drink and drive. And once again, don't forget to subscribe. Bye. That's the view from my window. Okay, what is it? Oh, there we go. Bye.